r/DeadBedrooms. Adorable Raisin 8643 says, husband freaking out on me because I tried to give him a BJ 2 weeks ago that he said was okay to do. So I'm the woman. My husband, 33, has not touched me in a sexual way in 4 years. No kissing, no sex, no cuddles. Nothing in 4 years. His choice. 2 weeks ago I was in the shower when he randomly got in with me. We have been together for 13 years and this is the first time he has ever done this. It was the first time I had seen him naked in 4 years. I was flabbergasted. I didn't know what to do, so I thought maybe he wants a BJ. I asked him if he wanted me to. He said he didn't mind either way, so I did it for a few minutes, but he wasn't very hard, and then he said he wanted to get out and he did. Nothing else happened. He didn't finish. He did nothing sexual for me, it only lasted a minute. Now a few weeks have passed. Still no love or affection from him. Still no sex. Today he started freaking out on me, screaming at me, and calling me names for what I did. Telling me I should have never touched him, that he hates oral, and how dare I. He has never in 13 years told me he hates oral, but I guess in hindsight it makes sense, since he has never done it for me despite me begging in the past, which I no longer do. I'm just very confused why he got in the shower with me out of nowhere, told me it was okay when I asked, ran out of the shower as quick as he could, and now 2 weeks later calling me a bizatch because I should have known not to do it. Isahag BBY says, not to jump the gun, but does he have any childhood sat trauma? Those seem like trauma responses. Caution Royce Noel says, I'm wondering if something happened 4 years ago. Something he didn't tell anyone that left him traumatized. Adorable Raisin 8643 says, not that I know of. Pete Piper 51 Yo says, I'm absolutely speechless. Just what? Important Blue says, yeah, it sounds like there is a lot more going on here than lines. It sounds like he wants sex, but is ashamed/embarrassed about it. Eliminagement 6 says, people, men in particular, show anger instead of other emotions because they think anger is manly and they think embarrassment is not manly. Summer Majestic 7784 says, your husband needs a small army of therapists. Something major is going on if he has one. Screamed at you about orally pleasuring him with his consent and 2, never let his wife see him naked in over 4 years. My goodness. Be supportive, I suppose, but he needs professional help. Monkey Wrench 1984 says, is he gay? Adorable Raisin 8643 says, I've asked him before. He says no. And Taharo for Hire says, this is definitely above your pay grade. He needs to see a doctor and a psychiatrist. A doctor to check his testosterone and lab levels. Psychiatrist for his aversion to sex and intimacy. Has he always been like this? 33 years old is too young to be acting like an asexual monk. Impressive Cat 9189 says, maybe he just has ed and is mad because he feels like a failure for not getting hard for you? Paloma 4 says, the situation is insane. Can I ask you why you're still around after 4 years? And I can imagine it has been terrible for more time, but let's keep it time 4 years. Why staying? How can you live like this? r/DeadBedrooms. Comprehensive Ice 185 says, thought I was the lone survivor. I'm a fit, midlife fireman that works out constantly and used to be a chef, so I also cook all the time. On the side I do carpentry and have built us a modern farmhouse that gets sus and ass every time we have company, yet here I am, with apparently 400,000 other people wondering why I'm now addicted to porn, because my bedroom is as dry as the Sahara Desert. I'm not interested in divorce, but I never knew it'd go from bartending and fighting off women daily to feeling like I'm trapped in a torture chamber. It's not that we can't ever have sex. If I initiate it, she will usually go along. But it's a lackluster chore and it shows. We've talked, I've been brutally honest, and after a mercy BJ that night it falls back into business as usual. No interest. I've spent years wondering if she was cheating, if I wasn't good enough, or if I was the issue, but I've realized she just isn't a sexual person at all. I'm so pent up, I'm 2 margaritas away from completely feral at all times. I love but haven't in years and find myself fantasizing about meeting up with strangers, but my conscience won't let me. Love is hard. Kill me. Leaf Comforter says. 2 margaritas away from going feral. Been that way over 5 years. Maximum Sandpit says. She got her dream. House, husband, security. Bait and switch. I'm nowhere near as studly as you, but we are in the same club. J Lovely 1010 says. Yeesh, woman, here. Have you tried wearing the hat, tool belt, and nothing else? Gotten all sweaty for her and just taken her by surprise? If you like Pia Carladus, maybe she's just as bored as you? Scientist Old 2548 says. Ironically, I'm married to a firefighter who only initiates every 3 to 4 weeks, and after nearly 20 years of on/off rejection, I almost never initiate because it isn't worth the feelings of inadequacy. Cheeky Meeple says. I totally get the feral state. After 9 years and 0 anything I was literally going mental. That all said, I'm going to play devil's advocate. You say she treats it as a chore because she is lackluster. You're looking at it from the perspective that sexual equals love, and that may not be quite her perspective. You said as much yourself. She probably sees it as something you do for someone you love because you love them and they need it. You know it's not her love language or priority, so she isn't going to act like you or anyone else when doing it, unless you rather her fake it. She probably views sex as you would going to a show she likes, and you will tolerate it. It's done out of love. Not a have to or a chore. Maybe it will help reframing the sex you do have, to know she does it because she loves you and wants to express that in your language. Who knows? Only you and she. But I know many of us high libido people view sex differently than many low libido people, and perspective can make a world of difference. Best of luck, and be careful if you go to a Margarita Monday. r/DeadBedrooms. Alpinin says. I checked out of my bedroom. TL, doctor, I have decided to stop initiating sex with my low libido husband. I'm done. I, 39 HLF, have a semi-dead bedroom situation with my 40 LLM husband. We sometimes frick, but I always have to initiate, and by initiating I mean talking about how horny I am and how hot I find him for several days before it actually happens on his terms, the only time of day he accepts having sex. And I have to initiate that we are going to have sex right now. He shows limited enthusiasm. Doesn't go down on me, although I love giving head, so I still do it every other time, and generally does limited foreplay. We've had this semi-dead bedroom, with some variations, for at least 7 years. We've been together for 10 years. To sort of solve the problem, I asked him to open up our relationship a few months ago. I said I'd rather have sex with you, but if you don't give it to me, I'll find it elsewhere. He reluctantly accepted, and we set our boundaries. The problem is, since we've been open, I've been getting the sex elsewhere, and it's been great. I have met wonderful handsome men who are great people, enthusiastic about having sex with me and great lovers. I've had the best sex of my life in the last few months. I still put a lot of energy into initiating sex with my husband, but today, after I initiated again at the right time for him, not my favorite time of day, but who cares about me? Putting a lot of energy into staying in the mood despite him killing the vibe a few times by calling me an unsexy nickname, saying we already had sex not long ago, etc. Having average sex and not orgasming. As soon as he was in the shower I started my vibrator to finish. I decided I'm done. I'm not going to initiate anymore. I'm going to take care of myself with my hands and my toys and my lovers, but we are long distance. We'll see how long it lasts before he finds. Wounded Wombat Yeggs says, I stopped initiating with my wife a long time ago. I found myself no longer thinking of her as a lover, as an intimate partner. My love evolved into a more simple affection, but an affection tinged with resentment, not something that will survive much longer. Maybe opening your relationship will allow you to become a loving companion to your husband as you are still able to express your desire and sensuality elsewhere. The best of luck to you. I wish you every possible happiness. Random Admirer Ors says, yeah, it's hard if you're open, hun. Humdrum Humphrey says, are you me? I stopped initiating. But I'm kind of heartbroken because I've stopped caring. It's made me want to leave because now it's not just the bedroom anymore. It's everything. Sikonson says, how much of your decision is based on having someone else? Do you think you'd be checked out the same now without someone who you'd likely say is a better lover? Fat Lowy 420 says, hear me out real quick. If you came home from a date with another man and you seem all flustered and tired and happy, this may bruise his ego, and he may start to feel like he needs to compensate by giving you more and better sexual attention. Obvious Dark 1607 says, sounds like you might be giving him what he wants. I can't put myself in his head to see what he's doing. I had 20 years as a moderate libido guy with a HLF wife, and while she did initiate basically all the time, I never turned her down, and was always enthusiastic. Sounds like he has never been, and is okay with that. So what is keeping you with him? Rhetorical question. Murky General says, good luck, I hope it goes better than it has for me. Before I would ask every few nights. Constantly rejected, maybe once a month average. I finally decided to stop asking, and our love life has totally tanked to the point of once a quarter. And even then it feels like hurry up and get it over with, or I met my quota. See you next time. Unlikely Emotion 8457 says, bon chance op. Past Corner 7882 says, yeah, been there for a while with me. I just don't initiate anything. She seems happy about it tbh. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.